Oh yeah, it's business time. It's business time. It's business. It's business time. That's what you're trying to say. You're trying to say, let's get down to business. It's business time. It's business. It's business time.
Hey everybody, what's going on, Global Citizen? We are in episode 13. Today we are talking about building a website, right? This is going to be a couple of things interesting about this episode. We are going to start spending a little bit of money. What I'm going to do is introduce you to the acronym IFF. It's freaking free. A lot of this stuff is available for free, and there are certain things that we do need to pay for. I will talk about that, but I want to make sure that you realize that a lot of this stuff is available for free. So I will make that differentiation as we talk about it. So first thing you need to do, register your domain name. Now there are many different services that you can use to register your domain name. There are none of these companies that I'm going to be mentioning are sponsors of this show. I have no affiliations with any of these companies, so I want to make sure that that is clear. One way that you can make sure that you make the decision all by yourself is just Google for the phrase register a domain name. Now, companies that are out there existing that do very good work is GoDaddy, right? Network Solutions does a great job of registering your domain name. You can use that. So this is not free. You will be spending some money. Depending on how many years you register your domain name for, you will be spending a little bit of money. We're talking less than $50 here to get even up to 2 years. Don't quote me on these prices. Each person, they have different packages. So the packages are like this. You can register the domain name and sign up for hosting. You can sign up for the registration of the domain name by itself, and you can host elsewhere, or you can host by yourself. For everybody, unless your day job is a system administrator, for everybody, my recommendation is let it be somebody else's headache. Let them do the heavy lifting. So for Unique Davis Productions, I registered the domain name and I'm hosting. I am not going to mention which companies I host with, just to make sure that it is completely unbiased. That is not the focus of this episode. I'm not trying to push any one particular company. Now, after you've registered your domain name and you have signed up for a hosting company, then what you need to do is create a website. For purposes of communicating what you're all about, there are 100% free packages that you can use. One that I use and that my site will be built on is WordPress.com. Right? So WordPress.com allows you to host your own blog. It's a blog style website. I will talk about the nuances of that in a document that I will upload and show you how to do that. My particular website will be built in a self-installed WordPress download that I will have hosted at a hosting company. This will all be in a document that you can download. The steps that I took will all be in a document. Now, the fourth thing that you're going to need is some type of way to do FTP. You can also Google for this software. FTP on Mac is available. FTP on a PC platform. On a PC, I use FileZilla. On Mac, I use just basic command line terminal, hardcore. But you don't need to. There are software packages that you can use. Now, after you do all these things, the next thing you're going to want to do is configure this with a couple of basic things. You're going to want to configure your email. You're going to want to configure your phone number. Your hosting company will help you with the email. There are how-tos and tutorials on how to set up, like for example, mine is will be mdavis@uniquedavisproductions.com. So my hosting company will be hosting my email, and all those emails will be coming to me. The second thing I want to talk about, and probably more important than even email, well, arguably more important, is phone number. I do not want my cell phone published on the web. So what I'm going to do is set up a routing service. A very great routing service that is also free is Grand Central. So with Grand Central, I can sign up, I can get a phone number, and that phone number will route to whatever phone I want it to ring. In this particular case, I will route it to either my landline or my cell phone, depending. So that's it for this episode. I just wanted to talk about some brass tacks of what you needed to do in order to start communicating externally. When you meet these folks, when you're printing your business cards, when you're doing these things, you need to put a URL down, and the URL is pointing to your website. And WordPress is an example of some software that you can use to create that. That is certainly going to be the software that I use. If you have any questions about this installation, let me know. Okay? Global Citizen, out.